Hi, my name is Dennis Chen, role 14CS319, and I am here to do the fifth experiment of Case Tools Lab, which deals with state chart diagram. In this case, I have taken the example of a railway reservation system, an online railway reservation system, for which I've drawn a state chart diagram. What exactly is a state chart diagram? It is also referred to as state diagrams. It's used to document the various modes or states that a class can go through and the events that cause a state transition. There are several components here for a state diagram. The first one being the state itself. The state notation, this is a state, for example, the user login, welcome screen 2. The state notation marks a mode of the entity and is indicated using a rectangle with round corners and the state name written inside. So this would be a state named welcome screen. Next we have the transition. The transition is marked as indicated by the arrow. The transition marks the changing of the object state caused by an event. The notation for a transition is an arrow with the event name written to the side of it. So from welcome screen, we have a transition going into the user login. The transition is the event would be the entering of the username and the password. Next, we have the initial state, as shown here. The initial state is a state of the object of any interaction. For objects, this could be the state when instantiated. The initial state is marked using a solid circle. Also, it's important to note that there can only be one initial state per diagram and one final state. The final state in this example is shown right here. The final state, it shows the end state marked in the destruction of the object whose state we are modeling. So let's take a look into our diagram here. First, we have the welcome screen followed by the user login. The verification is split into two, valid and invalid. We have booking, canceling, and checking status, for which we have transitions into payment and print ticket. Here, our transition event would be to enter the name, age, date, and travel number of the steeds. Here, event is the enter of ticket details, and the same here. These yield into the update in database function here, into that state, and upon which this would lead into our logout state, which leads to our final state, which is exit. Exit would directly correspond with our final state, which marks the destruction of the object whose state we are modeling. The final state is indicated by this. This concludes our fifth experiment. Thank you for listening.